So there's basically there's a lot of product in our industry. A lot of people make things that we can sell, and not every company do we become close with or do very well with their line. I can't explain it. Some things that I think would be phenomenal sellers, like the greatest idea, may not do so great. Some things that are just very simple and plain end up being the most successful thing for us. I can't figure it out, but what I'm glad is that we're a small company. We have the ability to move quickly on things, reach out to people fast. If we see something out there, even from someone who's just making something in their garage and puts it up on the forum for other members to see that they're interested in, and we see it and we're like, oh man, that's a great product. And then we hook up with them like a mom and pop shop, a real brick and mortar, someone making product out of their garage kind of thing, and it's a great product. We hook up with people like that and have built relationships with businesses like that over the years that have done phenomenal things for them as well as us, because we're known for being that boutique type distributor. Again, we're not just selling all the major name brands here at Lethal Performance. We carry Reische Performance with his thermostats, Sean Foster wine mods. We've got we've got our Jolobee, right? The vent mounts for the end gauges and stuff like that. We never knew what was going to come of something like that. Of just, did they know when they would make a little vent pod on a whatever they are, the scanners, the print machines, the 3D print machines? I don't even know what I'm talking about. But that, we would be selling, hundreds and hundreds of them, and the brand would be out there, and they've done a phenomenal job designing products and making them, and our team effort together, working with them to get it out there and market it and stand behind the product. That's what it's all about, man. That's huge. So, vendors like that, a couple I mentioned before, like Billet Flow. Early on, we'd be dealing with Billet Flow with their supercharger pulleys and their idlers. Metco Motorsports, still, they're a very established business. I think like I didn't know much about them before I got into the Cobra game, and now Metco is a phenomenal seller for us here, and those guys do a great job. JLT Performance was, I don't know, he might have started just a few years before us, but Jay was making intakes using PVC piping and stuff like that, and painting them and creating cold air intakes, and now is pretty much what I would say one of the largest manufacturers of cold air intakes, most successful manufacturers of cold air intakes in our industry. And not only has he done great on the Ford side of things, he's also stepped up and he's doing a whole bunch of Dodge and GM stuff, and guys like that is who I love to be involved with for our business. Niche brands like that. The tuning part of it. Speak about early on in 2009 is when we hooked up with Lund Racing. Lund Racing was definitely well known in the Cobra community and stuff, but it wasn't like huge. Lund Racing, when people were talking about getting tunes back then, early on in the Cobra years, it was get an SCT handheld programmer and have like a Strictly Performance or a Horsepower by Herman tune or something like that, and Lund, and now look at what like Lund Racing has become in the Coyote market, the GT500 market. Those guys have grown tremendously, and it's great to be involved with those guys early on and seeing these businesses grow like we have from early on, and grateful to have those relationships with guys like that. We're on a road trip right now, headed north. We're going to stop over at Drive Shaft Shop. I've known Frank forever. I've run his product on my Cobra before I even got into the industry, and we've been running Frank's stuff, Drive Shaft Shop, for so many years, and watching him evolve his product and again grow his business and still be around. it takes a lot to you know, again, there's so many moving parts to it, so many different factors to be successful and to still be around and to keep on making better products. So I'm real excited to see that, and very excited to still be doing business with Frank and the Drive Shaft Shop. Great guys. Here's a huge one for you guys, okay? 2005, early on, we're renting our first actual space from a landlord in Boca Raton, maybe 550 square feet office. We could fit maybe, I don't know, a few desks, 3 desks in there, and a small rack on the wall. We were selling superchargers then, Kenny Bell superchargers. And then these guys were talking about this Whipple supercharger online. I remember seeing on SVT Performance, you know, Whipple superchargers, but they weren't. You couldn't get their blowers at that time in 2005. There was something going on with a like a supply issue from the manufacturer who was making the head units for the superchargers. I put a call in over to Whipple. I think I might have spoke to Shonda at first over there, and eventually got a hold of Dustin, and he told me, you know, hey, we're in a process of making a new supercharger. They're going to be available soon, and you know, you got to do a buy-in to get in the door. It's like 12 kits. Again, early on, I don't even think we might have had a few $1,000s to our name to open this business up, and here, you know, we got to buy 12 supercharger kits to get in on that level, which we did. We somehow figured it out. But you know, we released that new supercharger from Whipple for the Cobra back then out of our little 500 square foot you know, office, and that ended up being one of the best, like, personal and business relationships that has ever happened to me and to us at Lethal Performance. We had really no idea what we were getting into, who we're dealing with, anything like that. We just knew about this product that people were saying that it was awesome, and we started selling Whipple superchargers back then, and people caught on, and I built a relationship with Dustin Whipple. Ended up becoming one of my best friends, and what was great is during this time, you know, anytime, you know, he's a mover and a shaker too, and a hard worker, man. He's just always designing new products and coming out with new products for new vehicles. And anytime a new product would come out, a new kit for a new vehicle, you know, like when the 3-valve Mustang came out in 2005, right? You know, the supercharger kit that he made for it, when he first got some images to it, he would send that stuff over to me before it was even out on, you know, I don't even think they had. This is 2005. There was no Facebook, I don't think. No Facebook, no Instagram, no anything. To get your product out there, it was posting on forums, which we were heavily involved with. So Dustin would send that over. We'd blast out there the first you know, scene pics of the newest kit, and it's been like that since 2005 for every model vehicle, basically, with Whipple that they make kits for that we deal with on the Ford side. We're always, you know, getting the kits first, releasing them out there, watching them improve it, coming out with the larger model supercharger. And man, that's just like the relationships that I cherish, that I've built and I've gained through being in this industry. So it's not only just about you know, car parts, business, earning a living and stuff like that. You know, a lot of it to me is those relationships and you know, having friendships, man. And you know, it's like when you got friends like that have your back, it's an awesome thing. Look out after each other, promote each other, and help each other out. There's nothing more than I want to see is the people that I'm involved with, my friends, to be successful. And you know, I don't like to see people go through hard times. And if you guys ever do go through a hard time, keep your head up, keep moving forward. You know, speak to people, talk to someone, get some insight from your friends, people around you. Maybe, you know, open your eyes up to something that you didn't see, kind of like I meant before, like where my wife told me to keep on plugging and stay focused and, you know, be creative and be yourself and stick with it, and things will happen for you. That's yeah, that's important stuff. All right, so hopefully some of you guys can use that out there. It's like a therapy session now. Who else I could say, like, very, like, awesome relationship. I forgot. McLeod. Yeah, that's another huge one. Definitely McLeod Racing. I'm trying to think. This is back in, I don't even know exactly when we hooked up with McLeod. We weren't selling McLeod's products early on in business. We did. This was talking like when we were in that little 500 square foot place. We were selling the Center Force DFX clutch kit, which was that puck style aggressive clutch for the Cobra community, and it was huge because we were like early on one of the first guys to get a hold of this clutch and sell it. That was our best seller. We started selling Center Force stuff and spec stuff, and I don't even think started selling McLeod until at some point I saw something about this twin disc kit. This like RXT was being talked about on one of the forums, which I don't even think that forum is around anymore. But you know, I looked into it, and gosh, I reached out to them, and I think I spoke to Lee Kilcoyne for the first time about carrying the product, and you know, we again, no idea what that relationship would become from at that point. Okay, like incredible. So McLeod Racing, we hooked up with them, started selling this clutch, this twin disc clutch kit, which was their RST RXT. You guys don't know Paulie. Paulie's a great guy. Not only an all-around awesome guy and great to do business with, he's a badass drag racer. I mean, I'm talking NHRA Nitro funny cars. The guy's got to be able to go that fast down the track. I'm telling you, he's got to have like balls like that. All right. I don't know, Paul. So we hooked up with McLeod and started selling these clutches like crazy. Then you know, started talking more with them because they're like, hey, you guys are doing great with our product, you know, how are you doing it, you know, what are you doing, you know, some things again you just can't figure out. It happened, you know, we struck the thing, you know, we pushed the stuff at the right time, we ran them in our cars at the right time, we shared the results that we had with all of our customers at the right time, and it all worked out to now that we again have become one of their largest distributors and also have built a great relationship with them. When we go out to SEMA or PRI, it's always great to sit down with the whole team, hugs, shake hands, you know, go out to dinner, go out for a drink, and again, it's not only the business side of it. I mean, you know, it's the personal side. Paulie, I mean, even if I haven't spoken to him in a really long time, and he's from Philly, I'm from New Jersey, I'm a Giants fan, he's an Eagles fan, you know how that goes, like, but it's great. I'll throw him a text every once in a while, of course, because the Giants always lose to the Eagles, so it's always me saying something stupid to him, like, oh, I'll get you next time or whatever. But, you know, an awesome relationship that we've built with them, and it's expanded in other avenues, not just, you know, selling clutches and flywheels and stuff. We do some other business together, and it's awesome. So yeah, McLeod is definitely one of our best lines here at Lethal Performance, and grateful for hooking up with those guys and being involved with them. And Bob Scheid, it's great to have Bob over there. Bob's been there for many years now. You know, Bob's over at McLeod. He works with us. He's basically our account manager, and we do great things together, man. So thanks for everything, Bob. We appreciate all your hard work, man. Thank you.